Guys, I am KeyraFord. I'm actually a native of Dallas, grew up in Mesquite, Texas.
Speak.
Um,
Okay.
yes. And
Mhm.
so we called it M-Town to sound cooler growing up. And I've been in real estate. It'll be 10 years in August, but I've only been full time in real estate for 5 years. The first 5 years, I just needed to look like I was doing something. I had graduated from college, needed my parents to feel like I was trying some things.
Well, I think not only are you trying some things now, you're doing the damn thing, and that's what I love. And again, I'm telling you, I'm so excited to see a young professional that I think appears to be doing it the right way. Because again, I'm an old head, and I've mentioned it to Destiny, who's my right hand here on the screen, that I love so much of what you do, and I don't want to focus the entire time on that because there's so much more to you than just what you're doing, especially with your brand. But I'm so impressed with that. So like I said, I've got to give you your flowers there. So let's start off. Again, you were from the Mesquite area. Uh, how did the cheerleading thing happen first and foremost?
Okay, great question. So I've danced my whole entire life. I went to Booker T. Washington, the
Okay.
Magnard School in Dallas, and then I went to LSU, danced at LSU, was on Tiger Girls, and then once I graduated, moved back to Dallas. Then I danced on Cowboys for a year, and that's kind of how it came because so many people only saw me in the light of a former Dallas Cowboys cheerleader. So
Yeah.
I was like, "Well, Keyra, you are like a life cheerleader, so let's just make that a part of your brand." So here we are, your real estate cheerleader.
Okay. And so is that your signature cheer, or is there one of these go team?
So funny enough, if you notice, the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders, we actually don't even like cheer, say go cheer. We dance.
Uh-huh.
So they're actually dancers. But no, I love to celebrate people. I love to see people win. So I just felt like it really is who I am through and through. So the brand was an easy transition for people to still see me as a cheerleader, but also tag that real estate along with it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, I'm sure it hasn't hurt your business at all, right?
No, actually, people remember me more by it. I was in the grocery store too. And they're like, real estate cheerleader. And I kind of like chuckled, but yeah, it's catchy, I guess.
Well, I think that's when you know that you're really starting to have some influence when people, recognize you there, call you out for that. It's funny. In my very first farm area, I knew that I was making inroads because I'm walking and some folks were pushing a stroller, and all they said was, "Oh, you're that real estate guy." They didn't even say my name, but I knew that, they knew who I was. And I thought,
Yeah.
okay, Ben, you're moving in the right direction. So keep going, keep going.
Yes,
So,
keep going.
well, you keep doing a darn thing. So a couple of things. One, I know branding is so important for you. But I know that, you work in relocation. And so I'm just curious right now, the families that you've relocated, have they been from the Texas area or where are they coming from?
Honestly, it's spread out. I've gotten quite a few referrals from Boston, lots from Cali, and then a few from Atlanta. Those have been like the heaviest this year so far.
Okay.
And so in the DMV area too. So
Yes.
I've gotten like two referrals from DMV. Like they're like, we
Wow.
are ready to get to Texas. And I'm like, come on down, darling. Come on
Absolutely,
down.
right? Now, it's funny, we got so many great connections, cousins, we'd say,
Yes.
that are in the DMV area, and I think each of those areas you mentioned, we've got amazing agents because I see about 4 or 5 of them on this call just today that I love referring to business to and can't wait to hopefully refer more. Is there a certain company or so you work with, or is it just agent to agent referrals?
So it's agent to agent referrals, and also a lot of it's coming from YouTube. So
Okay,
that's going to be my biggest platform that brings me in relocating clients is
I
YouTube.
love that.
Local is going to be Instagram. I feel like I get a lot of local people and families from Instagram and Facebook.
Well, and I noticed that you've got about 20,000 followers on Instagram, and it might be more. And that impresses me because I've got like 2,500. And I
That's
feel
so
like
good.
I'm new in this journey, and so I'm following you. So my R&D department, they've got their eye on you because that's rip off and duplicate. So
Yeah.
that's what we're
Thanks.
doing. So
Yeah.
how did that journey start? I mean, clearly you didn't start with 20. And what does that look like for you? Are you adding, 5 or 10 a week, or was there one particular topic or video that helped, push that? Again, I'm so curious because I'm like I said, I'm in elementary. I'm just starting.
Well, I think that the biggest thing is you have to figure out what your style is. I think sometimes, well, first off, I love the rip off and duplicate because that's kind of what I did in the very beginning. I saw something that I liked and it like stopped the scroll and I was like, ooh, what made me stop and watch them? And I was like, well, great. I'll just do what they did, but
Yeah.
put my Keyra spin on it. So that's kind of how I started, but also just be mindful that like I have 20,000 followers, but I've also been on, CMT with Dallas Cowboys. I've also been on I was on America's Got Talent and I was on a dating show. So I've been on a couple of TV shows that have kind of helped me get in front of more people. And I think a lot of people come to my page to one, be nosy about my love life, and then of course real estate. So yeah. So
Okay,
that's
well
kind of how.
then tell us about your love life. You threw it out there. What's up?
Oh no, 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 oh no, no, no. Today we're gonna keep it really cute and
Okay.
we're gonna just talk about the real estate part of it. But I do think that it is a part of it. I think you need to put your personality out there. So if you're quiet, be the quiet realtor, but put your spin to it when you're trying to create your brand. I am very much a cheerleader. I'm sure y'all can feel the energy through the camera. And if you meet me, I'm very like, hi, like
Yes,
that's
you
just
are.
who I am. So whatever brand that you're actually creating, make sure it is who you are and not who, well, yes, you want it to be who you're becoming to, but you don't want it to be too far off.
Right.
So I hope that
Right.
answered that question.
Oh, it did. It did.
Okay.
I've got a dear friend who um, gave me a little insight on some of the videos, the walkthrough videos that I'm doing, and I think it probably has more of an old man vibe. I don't know if she said that exactly, but she insinuated it. But I feel like that's kind of my thing now. I don't want it to just be just a regular, video. We've got this and we've got that. I feel like my thing is I've always got to hit you upside the head with something that you didn't anticipate. I can't believe he just said that. And well, yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. And I see her on the screen. She's smiling, so she knows who she is. But again, do you? And I think be authentically you. And it's okay to enhance that a little bit. But I think it shows that today uh, we you got to step out, right? You got to put yourself out because this is a contact sport. And if you're not contacting folks, I think we're not moving in the right direction. So that's my 2 cents on it. So just keep doing it because I think your videos are informative and they're entertaining, and I think that's that special kick that you've got. And again, the pun is
Thank you.
cheerleading, right? But no, no, just keep doing it because I know there's so many people that are following you now, and I'm one of them. So I wanted to ask you this because I think that um, it's related. So, and I had to write this one down. So, what did you stop doing that actually accelerated your growth more?
Ooh, that's a really good question. I stopped making selfish content.
Okay.
So in the very beginning, it's my brand. So I was like, it's about me. Hello.
Right.
And so I wanted to just do what I wanted to do. And that sometimes wasn't necessarily bringing value to the extent of getting leads. It was maybe bringing value as in like people wanted to be my friend and maybe do business with me. So I I dropped some of that because you still need to have a little bit of selfish content because people do business with people they like, know, and trust. So they have to
Right.
like me, one. So they have to know some selfish things that I do, traveling, dates, all that. And then I also have to show my knowledge and social proof that I'm actually helping people actually buy and sell. So I really dropped putting so heavy on just like selfish content, just like a vlog with giving no value of like, how does this help someone else? And then something else that you asked that I didn't answer, you asked me, what is a video that really kind of popped me off? There was two videos that really helped push the content even further. It was a it was a home tour, but it wasn't like a home tour that like a lot of people do. It was more of like um, I don't know how to explain it. I guess it was home tours before home tours became really big because now everyone and their mom does home tours. And
Right.
then the second one was tell me you're a black dog mom without telling me you're a black dog mom. That one really like popped off. I'm actually going to recreate it for real estate when I go to family reunion in 2 weeks. Tell me you're a realtor without telling me you're a realtor. And I think that that popped off because it's not just me in the video, it's multiple people. So those multiple people are going to share and that's what really pushed it out to more people. So those were also two videos that helped me really
Wow.
push out there and get more visible.
Wow. And you know what I like about that is that's not necessarily what we would have expected to hear. And I think it shows that there are so many different ways to reach people. Clearly, that connected with people. Maybe because you took the spotlight off of you and you had other people in the video. But again, it's such a unique question. I've never heard that at all. So again, for those that are on the call, I think that it just shows that it might not even need to be about homes and real estate related, right? To capture some attention and a connection. So, okay, all right. So here's probably one of the last ones because we have brand new agents always on the call each week, and so we've got a number of them sitting in a classroom here. So, if you had to rebuild your influence from zero today, what would you focus on, say, in the next 60 or 90 days? Is there one particular thing that you'd focus on?
Hmm. What is the one thing I would focus on if I had to rebuild it all today? That's a
Hmm.
really good question. I would focus heavily on the people that I want to work with, like really leaning into my avatar. And I've been doing that more now, which is like single women that are professionals. Because first off, women are like the number one people who are buying houses.
Yes, you
So
are. Yes, you are.
why not put them as my avatar? And then single is like there's an epidemic of women who are not married, but also want to continue to build wealth. So I would just lean into that. And I would run the play that I'm running now, not just talk about real estate, but show people, of course, real estate, like where you live, but also how you can live a fulfilled life, which is some of the restaurants that I show and like what you can do, and then communities. And I would collaborate with more influencers so that I can get in front of more of their audience as well. So that would be my play.
That's a beautiful place. So, um, how do you balance this whole, um, um, how do I say this? Being authentic and yet strategic and polished and not polished. Because I mean, I see so many of your videos that some are polished and others are just you goofing around. And I think, people need to see both sides of that. How do you balance that? Is there a percentage or it's just a feeling for you?
So I will say it's a little bit of a formula. So I post every single day. And I think the people who are just starting off, I will tell you this, do something that you can commit to because consistency is better than intensity. Because if you're going to be consistent, you can beat out the people who are going to do it for 1 month. So don't just be intense and go hard for 1 month and then drop off. But my formula and my rhythm of the week is Mondays. I do something mindset or motivational, and that could be real estate related or just lifestyle. Because I don't believe I'm selling houses. I believe I'm selling lifestyle.
Amen.
People don't want to just move to a house. They want to love how they live in that house. Tuesday is like a tip or a testimonial. Testimonials are social proof. People want to see that you've already done what you say you do. And then Wednesday is like what to try in the city or what's coming to the city. So that's kind of when I do my green screens and I'm like, hey, have you checked out this? This thing's closing down. Think about this. And then Thursdays is trendy because I still want to be trendy and do some videos because I'm a dancer. So it's like, yay, I get to be a dancer without it feeling off brand. And then Fridays it's like freestyle. So that's just something that's just like on my heart. So if I want to talk about something that I've screwed up with that week, I think too being vulnerable is so important on social media. And then Saturday is like what it feels like to live in Bishop Arts or Deep Ellum. So I'm wanting people to feel because people buy with emotion. We're not selling commercial, we're selling residential. So emotions do need to be in there. And so I like to teach people like how it feels to live in a certain area. And then some Sunday is faith-based because baby, if I didn't have God, I couldn't do
Amen.
none of this at
Amen.
all. So into the balance of it all is that I kind of got into real estate. Telling myself you're going to use real estate as the vehicle to have your own TV show. So the goal is to get on HGTV, but right now I'm just creating that through my socials until they pick me up or I decide to work with them. So yeah, that's the
Yeah.
balance. I love social media. So
Well, and I appreciate the schedule because so many of us we struggle with, okay, what to post today, and I think that I must be heading in the right direction because your Mondays is mindset, my Mondays are my millionaire Mondays, and your Wednesdays are sometimes your restaurants and stuff, and so we do our Welcome Wednesdays where we showcase different parks and restaurants and bars and those things. So I must be on the right track. So
you are.
Destiny, we got to keep doing it. We got to keep doing it. So
And two, you got to realize like when, because now you're partnering with other businesses. So then they reshare you. So you get into their audience, which then you grow more trust because the biggest thing is mind share. The more I'm in front of more people, the more opportunities I have up to bat to hit, hit a home run and help them buy or sell.
well, I love that. So your social proof, because you touched on that, um, the content. I mean, clearly we can research it, but I think ChatGPT and all those things really help us today. Is there one that you lean on more for content than others, or no?
So are you saying like what AI tool am I
Uh-huh.
using?
Uh-huh.
Oh, so I do use ChatGPT, but I also use Poppy AI. Poppy AI is a subscription that you pay either one time or monthly. They do not let you do any like free trial, so you kind of have to just jump all in. I wouldn't recommend that unless you're really serious about the social media game
Is that because of the cost or just the
because of the
commitment?
costs. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
it's not like a
Yeah. Well,
$20
yeah.
investment. It's a little bit more.
Okay. All right. Well, again, but I think everyone on this call, we're all serious about our craft. And so that's just an investment. It's not really a cost, right?
Correct. It
Yeah.
is an investment, but I would say Poppy AI to me is helping me create content that brings value and it has like the format of what I want in a video and what I like seeing in videos.
Yeah. Well, okay. Enough about all that because I we could talk video all day, and I love the fact that you're headed to Atlanta. Hey, cousin Mo, we need to make sure that we all catch up, Kira. It's going to be a fantastic event, and I can't wait. And honestly, I feel like we're less than 2 weeks, but it's going to be like tomorrow because time is freaking flying. I can't even keep up. And I wouldn't have even known that today was Tuesday had somebody not said something a little earlier because I'm like, what? It's Tuesday? And we're already, I feel like we're damn near mid-February and
Yeah.
Christmas was last week, but it is what it is. That maybe that's that old man vibe happening in me right now. It is what it is. So,
Hey, no, it's moving fast. So yeah, we have to. I've been telling people I feel like I'm a faster jog. It's almost like a little sprint now.
indeed. Well, and with that, because I think that keeping ourselves physically fit. What do you do? I mean, is it just constantly, you're always on the move, or are you still not cheerleading, but what does an exercise routine for you look like?
So I work out at the office because we have an office gym. So I work out the office Monday through Wednesday. I lift weights 3 days out of the week, and then I usually walk, 3 to 5 miles a day Monday. Well, not every single day, but at least 6 days out of the week. I have a dog, so that's another reason to walk in. He
Yeah,
attracts people too, but
I'm
that's my
sure.
workout. That's my workout regimen. None too crazy. I need to get back into dancing more though. I
Yeah.
miss it.
Well, again, you're doing something, and I think it's important that we got to keep all of this together, right? Because it also helps keep this sharp. So, Just keep doing it. Keep doing it. Do you know Jackie Pearson also?
Yes.
Yes.
Jackie's my
Okay.
girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Because Jackie, gosh, I had Jackie on a few years ago, and we've had opportunities to work together, and so I love and respect her, and I figured that you guys would have to know each other, right?
Yes. I
Good.
know Jackie. I mean, honestly, any black former Dallas Cowboys cheerleader, I usually know because it's such a small group of us.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So, yes, love Jackie. She's great. And she's in real estate.
Yes. Right. Yeah. And doing well. And so again, I'm so thrilled to see that. So, because our time is short here, what's something that I haven't asked, or something that you'd love to share that maybe I haven't even touched on?
Hmm. I guess I would just say the quote that I said on my story earlier today, which is like pressure is a privilege. I think sometimes um, the market the last 2 maybe 3 years, it's been, not as easy as it once was. And we have a privilege to be able to even have the pressure to be able to help people in times where it's not as easy for affordability to be here. And then also, it hasn't been as easy to sell now. So I just think that we need to lean into the impact and not necessarily just always the income of it or just like the money of it. And so I feel like when you really do come from a place of contribution, everything always just works out for you. So that's what I would say. And do you, boo,
Yeah.
have fun and the brand that you do create for yourself, think now, but also long term. Like, you know, is that where you want to go to
Hmm.
as well? So
Hmm.
not just right now where you are at. So that's it.
Right. Well, that's plenty. And again, I say it almost each and every week. Boy, if you haven't picked up a nugget here, then that's a you problem because I just got impact, not income, right? And I
Correct.
think that's if you have a servant's heart, right? I know that the money is a byproduct of the service that I provide.
Correct.
Period. Amen. Right. And so if I'm stressing about that, I'm not serving, I think, at my highest level. And when I just have my head down and I'm doing me and I'm serving, then you know what? Oh, the money is there. I don't even have to worry about it.
It chases you down. You don't have to chase it. It chases
Right.
you. Yeah.
Right. Impact over income. I don't know if you said over income, but I'm still in that. So again, I told you my R&D department, man, they're always on their toes. So Destiny, get that impact over income. There it is.
Well, I mean,
So,
impact, you should get some income though. Now, I'm not
amen.
saying get out here and just be,
That's right. Again,
volunteering everything.
that's right. But
Yeah,
again, you know what? Then the money will then it'll chase you down when you're making that impact, right?
it will. And opportunities will present itself. So,
Amen. Amen. And again, I think the harder we work, the luckier we are. So just keep doing it. So you have been a joy today. I appreciate. I knew you would be. That's why I feel like I was chasing you down. So
I'm glad we
for-
made it work.
yeah, fortunately, most of my guests they know I can be a bit relentless when I want you on, and that's simply to share. And because I've told so many agents, and most of them are not with our company, that in 2026 we're going to succeed by collaboration because we're
Amen.
not going to be able to do this by ourselves, right? And I don't care if they're with EXP and Ebby Halliday or Remax or Century 21. I think the more we come together and support each other and collaborate, the higher we're going to reach. And so I know you're doing that. And again, I appreciate you sharing today because one, you've been a delight. And I know that the folks who joined us today, they've all gotten a nugget. Pop, I know you got a nugget from it. And I know, Steve, I see you, Steve. You're shaking your head. I know you got something from it. And that's what it's all about. And so I'm a bit selfish because uh, you can't even see this. I got a whole page of notes
Oh, notes. I love it.
that I wrote. So I appreciate you sharing. One last word, or we're out of here. What do you got?
My last word?
Yeah, I was gonna say if you got anything else for us,
Oh,
we're out.
go be great. That's it. Just go be great.
Go be great. Yeah, and in my church, they'd go, child, you got go with God and go be great, right? So there it is.